Ever hear that old adage, the family that games together stays together? No? Me neither. But it might be true. Video games are providing new ways for parents and kids to connect. And Wall Street Journal reporter Sarah Needleman wrote an article about it. It's great to see you today, Sarah. How many parents are doing this, gaming with their kids?
Well, we have at least one survey conducted earlier this year on behalf of the Electronic Software Association. And they surveyed 4,000 U.S. households, and about 3 out of 5 with game-playing children, the parents join in at least once a week.
All right, so there are benefits, obviously, for bonding. What did parents tell you about the kind of conversations that happen? I would think that you would be so intent on the game itself, there wouldn't be a lot of conversation.
You know, there's a lot of downtime in between games, or some games are much slower paced, so you're just sort of talking while you're playing if they're casual games. And they just have conversations, but it's a time where they're alone in a small space and they're talking to one another in the living room, and they're just talking about what's going on in their day, but sometimes they talk about more serious matters like sexuality and bullying. So it runs the gamut, but it's a great time for parents and children to really talk and sit down together.
And you had experts who told you there are physiological benefits to gaming as well.
Right. There's actually like a psychological connection between your brains because you're both working in sync. You're trying to either go against one another or work together. And when you're in a close space doing that, and it's very rapid because video games are so fast, your brains sort of sync up.
I'm remembering the competition that developed between my brothers on Super Mario Brothers, or between me and my brothers on Tetris. And then when my mom got involved, we just whipped her. She couldn't keep up with us. What about the competition in game playing, and how does that affect the family dynamic?
That's still a little bit of a problem today. A lot of the parents I spoke to said they're not as good as their kids at playing. And even some kids were like, yeah, it's nice, it's cool that my parents play, but they're not very good, so I'd rather play with my friends. But depending on the game, you know, if it's a trivia game, you know, sometimes the parents do really well. But if it's something more like Mario Kart, the kids tend to have faster reflexes and just be more comfortable with the controllers.
What games came up most often as great family playing games?
Definitely Minecraft is one of the most popular ones, at least for kids. And then the parents enjoy, you know, helping out, or sometimes they just lean over their kids' shoulders. Mario Kart, Mario Party, both a lot of fun for families. One of the newer games, Rocket League, it's sort of like a soccer game, but you're playing with cars and a giant ball. So these are ones that the whole family can play together, and they're a lot of fun.
And video games are now rated the way that movies are as well, right?
Right. For a long time, actually, they've been rated M for mature, E for everyone, and there are a couple other ones in between.
Not since I've played video games, clearly. Conventional wisdom was that, you know, we're talking from therapists and teachers and things like that, that kids were spending too much time playing video games. It wasn't good for them. They needed to go outside and play a ball, ride a bike, go on a hike. When you're talking to experts now, do they put video gaming as a family right up there with all those outdoor wholesome activities as a family?
They do. I mean, there's a lot of learning that you can get out of video games. There's geometry, there's physics. You're doing a lot of math and just kind of strategically thinking and trying to beat a level, you know, being persistent and sticking with it. It's not to say that children shouldn't spend time outdoors and doing other activities. Absolutely not. They should be well-rounded and do a bunch of things. But it's not that video games are sort of evil or dangerous for kids.
All right, then I'm going out right now. I'm going to buy PlayStation. That's how you say it, right? That's how
That is one way to say it.
Sarah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.